I have a book in me. This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.
What's up, everybody? It's the publisher, Mr. Kelly Cole.
And the writing coach, Dr. Oliver T. Reid.
Welcome to another episode of Books-N-Brothas podcast. Yo, I'm going to let y'all know a little secret. All y'all that's listening, all y'all that's watching, we really don't know what we're going to talk about tonight. We just going to flow. And my brother started bringing up some old stuff earlier, and we think it's some great points in it that may help some of y'all. But first, before I get into that, how you doing, bro? How's everything?
Man, I'm doing good. It's been a week already. It's like, what is it, Wednesday? But like I've already been through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Monday again.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of those weeks, man, on the grind, getting a lot done. Man, just putting my head down, building something new and exciting that I'm so excited about. Can't wait to announce it to people when it's done. But I must say, you looking nice over there, bro. That's a fly jacket. You feel me?
You know, man, somebody got me this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody blessed me with this, brother.
Looks good, man. Looks good on you.
Yeah. I gotta tell you that whole story. We gotta talk about that too in the podcast.
But good stuff. I mean, let's just kick it off, man. Like we said, we were just gonna flow like we do. And I honestly wish, like after we got off the phone earlier, I wish like cameras could really document like our conversations and our journeys, because some of this stuff we share and the revelations and the different things, it'd be like, man, let's talk about that on the podcast. And we know that it could benefit a lot of people. But yeah, man. So what was the thing that you brought up earlier?
Man, we were, first thing, man, let's start with the jacket. I had to say that because I lead in with the jacket, right? Everybody see my jacket, Fresh Brand. We've been talking about, if you've been watching our podcast this season, we've been talking about being authentic in our logo and our apparel representing our brand. Mm-hmm. So me and my brother came down to my house, man, to kick it with me. You know, we were strategizing. We had to see what people don't realize behind the podcast is the amount of work behind the brand, the amount of work that we do, right? And so I'm sitting there, man, and I was coming from work. I came home so I could be there for my brother when he got there. And he comes in like Publishing Advantage Group down. You know, I'm talking about like the logo, everything, jacket. I'm like, what? So I looked at him, I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, for real? You gonna come up in here with that on? Where's mine? He's like, man, that ain't nothing. Like he just went on, did what he was gonna do, went to the spot that he always stay in the home. And then, man, to my surprise, man, I was like, it really looked nice. And so we were getting ready to go out, grab, I think, dinner, lunch. Mm-hmm. And he came and he brought something for my family. You know, brought my wife something, brought my daughter something. And then I look around, I guess what I see this jacket in his hand, and I bust out laughing. But you got to tell the backstory about that, because I bust out laughing. I was like, I took off everything I had on. Because when you work, man, you put into your brand and you really so into it, it was a blessing, man. It was like better than Nike, better than Fendi, better than Gucci. Yeah. My brother blessed me with this because this is something that we've been working on rebranding. And I was just like, man, I put it on. I think I tossed my hoodie and I just put on this right away.
Yeah, man. So it was funny. I was like, all right, I'm going to go there and I'm going to wear mine. Because I know he's going to be like, what? That's tight. I knew he's going to say, where mine at? There was no way I was going to come to my brother's house without him a jacket. So when I got the idea to get mine, I was like, yo, I'm going to get my brother one. And so I sent him an email. I was like, yo, send me all your logos. Just like Fernando sent you. And I know he thought I was working on the flyer, but I had the jacket made. And so I came and I was like, I'm just going to surprise him with it. So I came upstairs, gave the wife her thing. and I left his jacket in the living room and came out with it. That dude almost jumped through the roof. That dude was like, "Oh snap, that's hot." This joker threw that jacket he had on in the laundry room. Didn't even put another shirt on. That joker had on his jacket and a wife beater in the cold weather.
And it was cold up here. I still had it on.
But I knew exactly how it was going to play out. I knew you was going to love it, man. But yeah, so we can start off with that tip, man. Find a way to brand yourself and what you're doing. Like if you're an author, get you some shirts with your logo on or with your title of your book on it. Like bro been doing this for years. Like Dr. Reid, he's been doing this for years. If we go in his closet right now, he's got shirts for his systems, his books, his programs, and all that. He the one put me on that. But this year, like going into 2021, is when it clicked. It was like, okay, if I'm serious about, doing this and branding myself as the publisher and building my publishing company, people have to see my brand. Why am I recording a podcast every week in video and we never know which episode is going to blow up? Let's take a detour right here. Let's take a detour right here.
That's good.
I want to let the people know you are one video from your phone ringing off the hook.
Wow.
One video. Proof? You want some proof? Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. This joker recorded a video, one video, put it on Instagram of him coming out of the trunk talking about where the money reside. And next thing you know, this joker at the Super Bowl, this joker on all TV shows, this joker getting commercials. One video. He wasn't posting one every day. He wasn't doing all the stuff we're doing. One video got that brother's phone ringing off the hook. So let me get back on course.
One away.
So with that being said, my goal and my focus this year when I'm creating content to brand myself. So where my logo, my t-shirts with my sayings on it, my brother's logo, his t-shirts with his sayings on it. Why am I going to be promoting all that other stuff and giving them free, giving them free promotion when I got gear, my brother got gear, and we could promote our brands. And when I thought about it, I was like, man, bro been doing it for years. He been creating, his stuff for years. And when I thought about like some of the pioneers like of Christian hip hop and Christian apparel, when I thought about some of the pioneers of hip hop and hip hop apparel, urban streetwear, like Russell Simmons, Damon John with FUBU and all them, you never saw them on TV without their stuff on. Like go watch some of Russell Simmons' old interviews. He always had on a Fat Farm polo, a Fat Farm t-shirt. Damon John didn't go anywhere without wearing FUBU, and none of his partners. But yeah, go ahead, bro. I shared my piece.
That was so powerful, man, about that. Because as you do that, I can go back and people still have those shirts and still they'll ask you questions. These are conversation starters to piggyback on what you said. Not only does it represent your brand, it's a conversation starter. It talks about what you do. It's one powerful thing I learned. Amazon and I think Hyundai, they are partnering to do this Apple car. And when Apple realized, Apple knew that they were technology driven and Hyundai was up and coming, rising with automobiles. What they said is, but the car, all they wanted from Hyundai is the frame on the outside. Everything in the inside will be the Apple car. And so now
you said Amazon.
I'm sorry, it will be the Apple car.
Apple car, okay.
It'll be Apple's coming out with their own automobile for the first time.
Apple and Honda, because you say Honda.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
So then you got all of those meshing for that simple reason. And so it's a constant conversation starter. We talked about, my point I want to talk about, we talked about our products. We were just tripping on where we had come from.
Hold on, start it. Say it again. You froze up for a second. Say that again.
Okay. So from a standpoint, we had talked about like devaluing our products. Now how we can speak in confidence and assurance of our brand. Way back in the day, we devalued it. And I remember one time, man, Kelly was out here. He was just killing it, you know, with the publishing game. And I was like, man, I started looking around and see something. I'm like, bro, I was like, what's the price you're charging right now? I was like, your value is way above that. And bro was like, yo, I get it, but I got my mark, I got my niche. And you know, one thing I love about my brother, like when he on it, you ain't moving. And that's one thing I love about it. Like you wasn't moving a budget. You were like, no, I got it. This is what I'm gonna do.
I was underpriced and overworked at that point. But I said this with my brother when he brought that to my remembrance. I shared with him is I had such a poverty mindset because I was hanging around with people who had poverty mindsets. Okay, now, not just that, I was charging a price based on at that time where I was financially. Okay. I want to try to take my time so I can convey this. Like I was counting other people's pockets based on what was in my pocket. And the major tip I shared with my brother earlier, there's a customer at every price point.
Right.
If I said I want to charge $1 million, okay, for book publishing, guess what? There's a customer that'll pay me $1 million to publish their book and can afford it. There is a customer at every price point. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've heard about it, bro, but I've been hearing so much about this steak in Dubai that's $1,000. So much so that I gotta have one. When I go to Dubai, I'm going to get this $1,000 steak. Okay. Why is that even a thing? Because people can afford it.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Now, thinking about the $1,000 steak, I was in Longhorn Steakhouse, and I said, yo, I want to see how much is their most expensive steak. It was like $35, $40 or something like that. What's the difference between the $40 steak and the $1,000 steak? We don't know. I'll let you know after I come back from Dubai and I taste $1,000 steak. Period. But there's a customer at every price point. And I told my brother it's hard to think about soaring with the Eagles and someone investing a premium price when you're on the level where I just got it. My problem also was I was ingrained from working retail 9 to 5 at Walmart that nobody wants to pay premium prices. Oh, it's discount, rollback, cut the prices, this and that. I was in a race to the bottom. I wasn't thinking of myself and my company. Like my bro said, I was providing the service of a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci or a premium brand, but I was charging prices of a Walmart, I'm not even gonna say Target. I was providing prices of a Walmart, of a Walgreens, of a Kmart, but overworking myself just like they do their employees. I was undercharging, but overworking myself and felt good about it because I was actually making money. But basically what I was doing is I just created another job. I didn't create a business for myself because I was working around the clock and wasn't making a lot of money. Now that I've, created a whole new system, I'm still not charging what I'm worth, but I charge a premium price now. I work less, but I make more.
Exactly.
Go ahead, bro. What you got?
Man, I can relate to that because I think for the first time, in this first quarter, I've actually been running a business instead of the business running me. because I think when you kind of feel like as much as you can discount, you can see higher numbers that may come through, but at the end of the day, it doesn't convert to anything. It's almost like, yeah, I got, I'm busy. And bro, I've been busy. My biggest thing, I've been busy, but not bringing in a lot of times that revenue. So that's a good point, man. Yeah, and still doing premium services, like you said, still doing services at a high level, like giving stuff away. And we tripped out. Another thing we talked about earlier was like how many people we helped throughout the years. We did this. I mean, I think our first gig we did in a writing capacity was in 2013.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. When we were in Charlotte, the one in Charlotte.
We was in Charlotte 2013, and we didn't even know a lot of stuff. Like from a standpoint, we thought we knew some stuff, but we were still filling it out. But we had so much value in it. Because I think we did a 2-day. Can you imagine this? We did 2 days, about 16 hours worth of content.
Yeah. we really over delivered, but I don't think we gave them structure. Mm-hmm. So I think we filled them up and we gave them we fulfilled on our promise. Mm-hmm. So I think our headline was how to make an extra $2,000 a month. We delivered on that, like 100%. Like I left feeling good about what I had given the people. Mm-hmm. Knowing what I know now, we gave them too much in this aspect. We gave them a bunch of seed, mm-hmm. but didn't give them a plan of how to sow it.
Right.
We just threw it out there. Say, hey, throw the seed out there, water it, it's going to grow into income. So a lot of people, what they ended up doing, a lot of people didn't do anything. Right. We gave them too much. Now, fast forward to 2021. Shameless plug. We got the Booking Master class coming up. We know exactly what we're going to give our attendees with structure, with order. It's planned out. We got a destination. I mean, we got a starting point and we got an end point, and we got the result that they're going to get by following our instructions. Totally different. The point I want you to get from that is what we end all of our podcasts on. You don't have to get it right. You just got to get it going. My bro had an idea, bro. I want to do this event in Charlotte. I want to Write Your Way Out event in Charlotte. I want you to come speak. I want you to help put it together. And I was like, bro, let's roll. Mm-hmm. Let's roll. Let's get it together. Let's get our PowerPoint. Let's do this. Let's do that. And we just started going. And we did it, and we actually made money. That's the cool thing. And then I don't know why we took all of those years off. How many years did we take off?
Man, I think we took about 5 to 6 years off.
5, 6 years off, and we didn't do it again. And then we do it 5 or 6 years later, and we blew the place up. We made so much money, and it was crazy. And we was like, okay, we gotta go on the road. We gotta do this. We gotta go on tour. And we went on tour. This is before the pandemic and COVID, man. We went on the road and crushed it, and just increased the value every single time. It got better every single time, so much so that we're looking forward to March 6th. And man, we're gonna help the people, and I'm so excited. They have no idea. I don't even think I told you about this, bro. But I'm actually going to give a bonus session.
Nice.
For people who want to stay after. I want to give a bonus session. I want to give a session on I created something called the Ultimate Marketing Pro. I want to give the 2.0. I'm going to teach that at the Book It.
Wow.
So some new marketing tactics. And bro know how I am with the marketing stuff. Like I want to give a little bonus session for the people who want to hang around and get that. What do you think about that, bro?
I'm excited. That's why I'm sitting over here shaking my head, because you said 2.0. I know it's going to be dropping, and I know it's going to be something that's really blessed the people. I think what's amazing about what we do is that we always had a heart to bless people. You know, I like what you say. He's not charging anybody more for this bonus session. You're just going to give another session for people who are coming in to add value. And I think that's one of the keys that has helped us sustain is that we always want to add value. And I remember another funny story when we started this whole booking thing. And I was like, man, you know, I was cringing. I was like, man, that's going to be too much. You know, that's going to be this, or it's going to be that. And then Kelly was like, no, it ain't going to be broke. You know, you were like, can't be the pastor right now. You know, this is going to be the value that we add. And now that is clicked and resonated in my head after that fact.
Yeah. You know, having a pastor's heart, and really caring about the people. You know what I mean? You were in a place where you was like, man, how can we make this a little bit more affordable? How can we do this? And I was like, no, bro, if we don't give them this opportunity to invest in themselves and invest in this, something is that's going to, you know, give them an opportunity to leave a legacy. Something's going to keep producing for them. They're going to leave here and they're going to go to the mall. They're going to leave here and they're going to go to a restaurant. They're going to leave here and go spend something that's not going to give them anything back. At least when they invest with us and invest in themselves, we give them something that's going to produce income for them. So basically, they're going to spend their money on liabilities, and we're going to give them an opportunity to invest in the asset. Because once you get a book, you have an asset. You have something that you can sell over and over and over again. And you have something that you can turn into 100 other things that can produce you income.
Yeah, man. And once I, start seeing that worth and applying that worth, it's like it's a light switch that comes on. That comes on, and you attract that, like you said, that client that sees the value.
Yep.
It may take you, it may take you 10 times.
Right.
A funny story, man. We hit it all. We were like crushing it everywhere.
Yeah.
But this is for business owners. We hit a stretch though. We hit this stretch.
Yeah.
Man, I feel it, man. I feel this in my spirit, right? We hit a stretch, bro, where all entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, business people, where you feel like, hold on, I done missed it.
Yeah.
I felt like we hit a stretch. We were like, what? We were revamping, retweaking. We were like, hey, it wasn't converting, but we were on the right track though.
Yeah.
To our ideal customer.
Right.
Just because you have sales, that don't mean that that's your ideal customer.
Right.
Selling to. And I think that was one of the most valuable lessons that I learned. Like, man, we just had to believe, and you really start to feel like it's assurance that comes to like, okay, I'm really not doing this for the money. Even though I'm doing this this is something that I do. But it also helps you separate your clientele, bro. It was a funny story. We were like, what's going on? We were like looking at each other like, hold on, where did we go?
Yeah.
But it made us stronger, bro.
And it made us regroup. It made us go to the table. Okay, what went right? What went wrong? And what can we improve on? And one of the things that we realized, here's what we were doing wrong. We were when we went on the road, we were allowing people to register for the masterclass for free. So we would sell out and prepare for the room to be full. And 3 people show up, 5 people show up, and we're like, man, where are all these people who registered? Yeah. And what we figured out, if you don't invest in yourself, it's easy to say, no, I'm not gonna go, because you don't have to invest anything. Now the people who purchase tickets to come, they're gonna be there because they invested. If you don't invest anything, you don't value it. You like, they'll be all right. It ain't cost them nothing. It ain't cost me nothing. I ain't missing nothing if I don't go. These people who invested for March 6th, they're going to be there. Another thing about that period, because another reason why we wanted to regroup and restructure is because we were actually spending money to go to these places. So we had hotels, we had gas, we had food. So we wanted to recoup that. Like nobody in business wants to lose money. So by the it not producing and people not showing up, we were actually losing money. And if you know anything about me, I don't like losing money. Now I can invest and blah, 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 understands business, but we're going to figure out how to make this thing profitable. So yeah, man, funny story though. We got to tell them about Richmond. Was it Richmond?
Yeah, Richmond. It was the last stretch.
So what two, did we do 2 before we got to Richmond or 1? Was it 2 or 1? I know we did Virginia Beach. And what was the other one?
I think we had did. You talking about the whole tour, or you just wanted the
No, on that run, on that particular one.
Virginia Beach, and it was Richmond. We did Virginia Beach.
Okay, so we did. Okay, so the run we had before that, we didn't sell either.
No. So
we had a run where we didn't sell. We went to Virginia Beach. We didn't sell. We didn't get any sales, and we like, bro, like, man. So we was praying. We had Richmond on that Sunday. We were both praying like, okay, Lord, we got to, like, we were hungry. We was like, yo, today we have to make a sale. I have to close. And so we go check out the venue. Shout out to my boy Seagulls, hooked us up with the venue. We see the venue. We like, oh, snap, it's on. They gave us a fire room. We starting to set up. Somebody come in there and like, yo, we need this room. They kick us out of the room now. You got to picture this. We're already feeling the pressure of we have to perform today. They give us this prime location, bottom level, nice room, everything smooth. We do everything we need to do, prepare the room, and get kicked out of the room. They send us upstairs on the 3rd floor in a place that's hard to find, through some doors, up the stairs, through some other doors, to where all of these people, and we're like, we're not going to get frustrated. We didn't even have a meeting. Me and him was like, we just kept focused. Like, yo, we just going to make it happen. And I think we both were praying.
I was praying.
Them people start coming in. We playing the music. We getting ready. I introduce my brother. He up there spilling. I go into prayer. I go in the hallway and pray. And I said, Lord, just give me 3 of them. I said, just give me 3 of them. Just give me 3. That's all I asked him for. And I get up there. Let me see how many we did. Well, we did her. We did her. I think I ended up with about 7. About 6 or 7 of them. And we was happy, bro. We was so happy. We was thanking God. You know what I'm saying? We recouped our money. Yes. And we was able to eat. We was good, man. We was feeling good. And it's just one of those times where you have to dig in, and we made it happen, man, and it felt good. So
yeah, I love that part, because these were all the entrepreneurs out there. Don't think we regrouped, but we didn't stop.
No,
and that's the thing I would tell people. When you start all the way over all the time, and I get people always doing that. Starting all the way completely over instead of saying, hey, how can I strategize, like you said, Kelly, and make it profitable?
Yep.
Rather than saying, hey, you throw the whole thing away. But it was like, no, I'm speaking to somebody out here that it may have not worked that day or that first couple of runs, but when you get high on that streak, and we've been on a streak ever since that. We're gonna realize that after that, we started off fast, and it was that middle period, but we came right back, regroup. We're saying how we can monetize, what we can offer, how we can really pump value, more value in it. Like my brother just said, like the people that's coming in now, he didn't even tell me that. He's already saying he's dropping a bonus.
Yeah.
Of marketing stuff. That's gonna be crazy.
Yep, totally separate from even what we're advertising, just giving them a bonus session. But man, it's amazing to think about where we came from. We went to Atlanta, we shut Atlanta down, man. Like we just was grinding, we just working, and we stayed at it. And I thought about this the other day. Is I've never really, like, far as starting a business or having a product or something like that, I've never really had something that just completely failed.
Right.
I just gave up on it too soon because it
Mm,
wasn't producing it fast enough.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing though. I gave up too soon. Like I thought about I thought about this product I had called Frame Your Success. I was actually selling them.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I'm
was
saying?
dope.
It was a dope. It was fire. I was selling them. I was making money with it. And I just let it go because it wasn't producing fast enough. And I wasn't marketing it correctly. I wasn't promoting it. I wasn't doing no ads or nothing. And another thing, I told my brother this earlier, and this is for everybody. When you find something that works, stick
Yeah.
with it. Don't let your curiosity get a hold of you. Don't let your creativity get you to a place where you have to change something. If that is working, leave it alone.
Oh,
I had something that was working so beautifully, and it was working. My cost of advertising was low, but it was producing crazy. I changed the whole thing up. Why? I don't know. So that lets you know that I'm human and I mess stuff up too. But when you get something that's working, don't mess with it. Let it roll.
let it roll, man. And I think I did that same thing. I remember I had something that was fire, and I was like, you know what? It ain't working. And then I ended up throwing it away. Like I ended up, I don't know if I deleted it off of something,
What
but I
was
can
it?
never find.
What it was?
Yeah, it was actually I had created this. What was it? It was like this um template that people needed to actually work through a process. This was not book related, but this was like a process that I created how to write. What was it? How to develop. It was a T-shirt thing that I wanted to do, and how
Gotcha.
people can come through and they could just put it on a T-shirt, and then they could put it on a T-shirt. So people were paying me to just set everything up for them. So it was like
Got
a
it.
consulting package.
Mhm.
And then I went from that and I started a consulting company.
Yeah.
It was working, but then what happened is, the government came in and started shutting the business I was working with down. And I
Yeah.
just ended up throwing the whole company away because it started from just me doing these shirts and then consulting about mental health. And
Right.
then it was like, oh, wow. I was like, if I can consult in that area, I
Right.
could then do something else. Man, it was producing so much income, but I was young. And so I didn't think in my mind, all I do is go to another city and do it somewhere else.
Right.
I thought it had dried up in Charlotte. That was
Right.
it.
It's gone everywhere. It's wiped off the planet.
And this is how dumb I was. I moved to Virginia and didn't take the process with me. So I'm trying to find a job for 2 years, struggling. When I could have just took that same thing and replicated it in Virginia. And it took me the
Wow.
other day, and I was like, I threw stuff away. I didn't even know what my processes was.
Wow, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we all go through that, man. We all go through that. And last story, because we're running out of time, but last story, there was a point where you came to me and you said, hey, it's time to grow. Like it's time to stop once again having that bargain basement mentality, hey, it's time to stop, using Fiverr for the covers. It's time to start using this premium guy. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah, why I'm gonna do that and I could do this, right? And fast forward a few years later, it was like bro was fed up. Because we did he sent me somebody and that cover looked like trash. And he was like, look, he basically told me I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. He's like, you gonna do this, or we ain't gonna do this. And I heard him because he was like, all right, now we're starting to charge premium prices. we got to elevate the service. So as your price goes up, your quality level has to go up as well. And I heard him, I was like, you right. From now on, this person is doing all of our covers. And since then, our covers, man, we get so many compliments on our covers. We get so many compliments on our graphics. We get compliments on everything. Our logo, the guy who stepped us up, he did my logo. He did his logo that we put on the jacket. So we've been stepping it up ever since we've been using this guy, man. And so that's a testament too. Like, don't be afraid to raise your level of thinking or raise. Because if I was so worried about, hey, the bottom line, all I had to do was raise the price again to cover the cost of the cover. Like, look how limited my mind was. Mm-hmm. All I had to do was say, okay, it's going to cost me an extra $500 or extra this. Just add that to the cost, and you're not losing any money.
Not losing nothing.
Yep, go ahead, bro. You got a final point before we get them out of here? Yeah,
I think the final point is listening. And, I think a lot of times we go through our challenges, the whole conversation. This is very fun because I'm like, this is how we talk all the time offline. Right. It's listening. It's the point when it clicks and you start to listening.
Yeah.
Listening. And you say, hey, not only am I listening, I'm going to do it. And I was saying something, my final point was I put something out on social media today about having that writing circle or having that circle of people around you that inspire. It's so important. Yeah. If you're hanging around, like Kelly was saying, pigeons, and you called to be an eagle, and then you're still trying to get eagle results, right? It's not going to happen. It's almost like the same thing. If you're around people who are not grinding and successfully adapting, every business that I know of mainstream has adapted. You worked at Walmart. The Walmarts you worked at now don't look, you worked at before, don't look like the ones they do now. No. They started building super centers. They started now building neighborhood centers. Yeah. You got Apple. You came out with one thing, the iPod. Now they do everything. Yeah. Macs, and all this other stuff. Or Mac came out first, but you got to look at how stuff has an evolution to it. And so my biggest point, man, how we evolve, man. We look back and we're like, we've been doing this before, book writing and all that stuff and publishing was popular. It's like we've been a part of that grind to just really change the way we think. And so that's why we add a lot of value. But I think it's when you start to listen. Like you can hear all day long. When you really start listening, it starts clicking.
That's it. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by the Book It Masterclass, which is going down March the 6th. All right. You need to go ahead and register. It's going down. My bro's going to be teaching his Milk It writing system. I'm going to be teaching you how to turn your book into a 6-figure money machine. And I just added a bonus session for all the people that signed up this week. That's what I'm going to do. Everyone who's already signed up and the ones who registered this week is going to get that bonus VIP session. If you don't sign up this week and you're not already registered, you're not going to get the bonus section. All right. So go to bookitmasterclass.com. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're looking for listen to your podcast. Make sure you share this with a friend. Tag us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Books-N-Brothas, and let us know how you feel. Send us your questions. Send us your comments. If you're an author, entrepreneur, business person, and you would like to be a guest, send us an email, Books-N-Brothas. You want to book us for your event? Also, send us an email. Bro, you got something before we give them our quote?
No, bro, I'm good.
All right. On that note, we're going to give you guys our quote. You don't have to get it right.
You just got to get it going.
Thank y'all so much, bro. See you next week. Love you, man.
Love you, man. Let's go.
If you woke up this morning, it's a blessing. What a wonderful time it is to be alive.
I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole.
Happy, healthy, wealthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and whole.
I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, whole.